Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi wahdah, wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'dah, amma ba'd. Hafiz ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, rahmatullah alayhi, book, Fadlu ilmi salafi al-Khalaf. We've been going through this. So here Imam Sahib mentioned the knowledge which is not beneficial. So he said, وَخَرَجَ أَيْضًا مِنْ حَدِيثِ قَبِيسَةَ مَرْفُوعًا الْعِيَافَةُ وَالطِّيَرَةُ وَالطَّرْقُ مِنَ الْجِبْتِ وَالْعِيَافَةُ زَجْرُ الطَّيْرِ وَالطَّرْقُ الْخَطُّ فِي الْأَرْضِ. So he's saying that Imam Abu Dawood, who we were discussing about this hadith that kharrajahu Abu Dawood, so Imam Abu Dawood, rahmatullah alayhi, he also extracted the hadith of Qabisa, marfu'an, which means the hadith was going all the way back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whereby he said, al-iyafa wa-tiyara wa-tarq. These three things are from jibt, means they are all form of magic. So iyafa, then Imam himself explained, iyafa is zajru at-tayr. Zajru at-tayr means to frighten the bird, to hush the bird. So you have a bird, you just scare them and then make them fly in one direction or in the air, and the bird would take a side, right or left, whichever one, and then you would, based on that, make a decision. If the bird goes to the right, it would be good, otherwise it would be bad. Like, just taking, this is called iyafa. And so frightening the bird. So this is what it is. The second is tarq. Tarq is when you draw lines on the ground, like, the geomancy is called geomancy. So drawing different squares and circle lines and, get some idea through that. That's form of magic as well. And tiyara is having bad omen. فعلم تأثير النجوم باطل محرم. So if they're all like magic, so the ilm, the knowledge of astrology, is false and prohibited. والعمل بمقتضاه كالتقرب إلى النجوم وتقريب القرابين لها كفر. So enacting those actions to act upon the requirement of getting nearness, closeness, to come close to the stars or offering sacrifices to them is disbelief. So working for astrology and thinking about those as the original, originator of certain action is actually taking someone outside of the fold of Islam. So it's like kufr. So one should be very careful not to go there. وأما علم التيسير فإذا تعلم منه ما يحتاج إليه للاهتداء ومعرفة القبلة والطرق كان جائزا عند الجمهور. As regards learning such knowledge that will allow one to navigate the earth, knowing the qibla knowing the direction of the qibla, and learning the routes that would lead to certain places, it is jaiz, it is permissible in the view of majority jamhur. وَمَا زَادَ عَلَيْهِ فَلَا حَاجَةَ إِلَيْهِ. And whatever has been added to it, there's no need for it. We do not need any more than that. Because what it would do, وَهُوَ يَشْغَلُ عَمَّا هُوَ أَهَمُّ مِنْ. Because getting involved in this in further depths would actually cause one to preoccupy oneself in something which is not more important. Rather, he'd be involved in something which is less important and leaving away something which is more important. So obviously, if you're stuck in this, acquiring this knowledge into more depth than finding the way would mean that that time would be dedicated to something which is less important. Rather, you'd be ignoring the more important bits. وربما أدى التدقيق فيه إلى إساءة الظن بمحاريب المسلمين في أمصارهم كما وقع ذلك كثير من أهل هذا العلم قديما وحديثا. And it is possible that studying this science in minute detail, in tadqiq, going through too much detail, would lead one to start doubting, having the bad dhann, isa'atul dhann. One would have bad opinion. They would start doubting the direction of the qibla that have been set up by the Muslims in their lands, as happened in many places about this ilm in the modern time and even in the past as well. وذلك يفضي إلى اعتقاد خطأ الصحابة والتابعين في صلاتهم في كثير من الأمصار وهو باطل. And this would then lead to the belief that the companions or tabi'in, the followers, prayed in wrong direction in many of the lands that they settle in. And this is false, invalid, completely wrong. وقد أنكر الإمام أحمد بن حنبل, Ahmad means Ahmad ibn Hanbal, الاستدلال بالجد. And that is why Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rejected the use of North Star. This Jadi is one of the stars' names. So North Star. Imam Sahib wouldn't allow that. If one uses this to determine the direction of Qibla, he said no. Instead, he would say, وقال, and he would say, إنما ورد ما بين المشرق والمغرب قبلة. So whatever is, he said that all that is reported is whatever is between the east and the west is the Qibla. يعني, he meant لم يرد اعتبار الجدي ونحوه من النجوم, mean that there's no hadith mentioned about trusting the North Star or any other star and to give any consideration to these stars in this matter of identifying the Qibla. وقد أنكر ابن مسعود على كعب. And Ibn Mas'ud, he rejected the words of Ka'b when he said, إن الفلك تدور, that these heavenly spheres of plural fulk, they determine the movement. وأنكر ذلك مالك وغيره. And likewise, Imam Malik and other Imams rejected the idea. وأنكر الإمام أحمد على المنجمين قولهم إن الزوال يختلف في البلدان. So Imam Ahmad even rejected the statement of some astronomers that zawal, when the sun goes post meridian, occurs at different time in different lands. Means scholars are very, very careful about this. The Imams are very cautious about this. وقد يكون إنكارهم أو إنكار بعضهم لذلك لأن الرسل لم تتكلم في هذا وإن كان أهله يقطعون به وأن الاشتغال به ربما أدى إلى فساد عريض. And it is possible, sometimes it is possible that the reasoning behind rejecting this, or at least the reasoning of some of them, was the fact that the messenger had never spoken about such issues, as though they're saying the Prophet ﷺ or the previous prophets never mentioned about this, despite the fact that the astronomers declared this fact with certainty. It is well possible that devoting oneself to the minutiae of such sciences may lead to severe problems and widespread corruption or friction. وقد اعترض بعض من كان يعرف هذا على حديث النزول ثلث الليل الآخر. And based on that, some of those who knew this, and those who knew the hadith of descent. Hadith of descent is the hadith where Imam Tirmizi mentioned this hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would descend on the lowest, the closest heaven that we could see from the seventh heaven, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would descend down, and it would at the middle of the night, at the third of the night actually, and then he would ask about, is there anyone who wants to seek forgiveness? I will forgive him. Someone asking for help, I would help him. So words to the effect that this is the hadith al-kama qal that the Imam is referring to. So the people who would then reject the hadith, the last third of the night occurs at different times, saying that this is what they would say. وقال ثلث الليل يختلف باختلاف البلدان فلا يمكن أن يكون النزول في وقت معين. So it is not possible that the descent occurs at one time, because every part of the world there's different third of the night. ومعلوم بالضرورة من دين الإسلام قبح هذا الاعتراض وأن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وخلفائه الراشدين لو سمعوا من يعترض به لما ناظروه بل بادروا إلى عقوبته وإلحاقه بالزمرة المخالفين المنافقين المكذبين. So this is known. This claim is known in religion by necessity, that this is false, this is qabih, which is from the necessity of the deen, known to people that this is wrong i'tiraz, wrong question. If Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the rightly guided khulafa were present, would they heard it? Have they heard it? This claim, not only would they have not listened to them, but they would have rushed to punish these people, or would have considered them amongst the rank of the deniers and hypocrites. But they wouldn't have liked this sort of discussion, because we shouldn't be delving too much into this. We only need some idea, and that's it with regards to the sciences. And science is important, but it's never foolproof. So may Allah give us tawfiq. Inshallah ta'ala, we continue from here next week. Okay.